G'day guys, what's going on? Super here, welcome to the channel. Today I'll be going over my round 14 review. I scored 2,073, pretty good rank there, so top 2%, went up the ranks 828 spots, sitting at season rank of 1,717. So yeah, not too bad for me there. Pretty happy with that, going up the ranks a fair bit, so that's what we're after. But yeah, anyway, I'll go over the side real quick. Had the VC on Zorko. And you got 141, so you just have to lock that away if you VC'd Zorko. So not a bad score, so pretty good there, but not the highest score from a couple of the other players in the team. Yeah, I was going to go into Bont, but he got a 162, which is pretty good, so can't complain with the Zorko 141. Still a really good score, so you take that any day of the week. And then we had in defence, we had Luke Ryan with a 79, so it's probably his worst game of the year, I think. High break even. But yeah, everyone has been getting these massive scores already, so no point really talking about him because most people already have him. You probably wouldn't want it. I mean, he could be your last upgrade, which would be ridiculous, but you'd probably be really bad in the ranks if you're getting him now. Who knows what the situation is. And then Nick Dacos with a 129. That was a ridiculous game for the North fans. I feel really bad for you guys. 1 point loss to Collingwood, bit of a stitch up. Dacos was playing out of his skin, to be fair, though. Probably should have... I think he was on like 140. Did get downscaled a little bit there. So a bit stiff if you had the C on him there, but it's all right. And Sheasel with a 120 was pretty average. Pretty good score from him, but no LDU score. So yeah, LDU seems to be pretty good. So if you went with him, you'd be laughing. He's got a pretty good run for the rest of the year, so you can't complain. And then Houston with a 174, which is cooked. This was his massive score game. Break even 63. Maybe if you want to finish off your defence, you just grab Houston now. But yeah, that's massive from him. Highest score of the year. And then he's got Brisbane coming up, so maybe another VC option this week. Have a look and see the past scores. There's a 144 in there, so maybe we attempted to put the VC on Houston. And McGovern's back, so that's good. And Whitfield played really good as well, 134, so he's really bounced back from a few poor scores in the past couple of weeks, but good on the people that have held on to him after he's 69. That's probably when you trade him out. But yeah, he's had a couple shockers throughout the year. So, this is what we're expecting from Whitfield, like as a Whitfield owner, these sort of scores. So hopefully you can, get the big scores for the rest of the year and get into the top 6 defenders, but might be a little bit hard for that. In the midfield, yeah, we had Bont, went nuts. He was... obviously a little bit sick and decided to play and pump out a 162, which is crazy on the bye this week, unfortunately. So he can rest up and come good for the North Melbourne matchup the following week, where we'll probably put the VC on him then, or the C, depending on what day he plays. And then Sarong, a bit underwhelming, so could have lost a couple matchups, with the 96, not the greatest from him against the Bulldogs, but I think that was to be expected. The Bulldogs had way more gun midfielders than Freo, so one of them was going to go to Sarong probably. So not too much of a surprise there for me personally. And then Butters got tagged, which I was a bit shocked about, but didn't think GWS were actually going to tag him. Got a 76, probably his worst score of the season as well. Bit frustrating, especially if you're trying to get the wins, and your opponents don't have Butters. That's a bit of a stitch up for you. But yeah, it's a bit annoying. And then Steele was underperforming as well, 83. It's like, what do we do with this bloke? Do we trade him now? At his bye, maybe that's an option if you want to get someone else. But also got Tom Green with an 80. Just all these, mid players just underperforming. So not really going as we expected them to go. A couple of weeks into the season, you would think that Green at this price point was an absolute steal. But yeah, now he's struggling to even ton up these days. I I am expecting a bit of a bounce back against Sydney. If they're going to get the job done, big score from Tom Green. So could be on the cards this week. Then Fraser, 68 is pretty good. Probably could hold on to him over some of these other guys. But I think I'll probably trade him this week. Not sure about his job security over Revel, but I think that he's probably got better job security on the download, but I'll probably just get rid of him, cash him in. Got higher cash there, so just a little bit higher, but will make the difference probably in the long run. Then Revel with a 58, which was average score for a rookie. Dowling, traded him in 55, which was not too bad for a rookie. So I traded in Nankervis as a bit of a pod. I probably should have traded in Grundy in hindsight. Obviously, it was a clearer decision to bring in Grundy. Like most people have him, but I thought I'd just change it up a bit, go for a pod, a player that not many people have. So Nankervis is at 600k now, so he's going to go up a bit more, but hopefully he can pump out these scores when he comes back from his bye, have a little bit of rest. Get into the back half of the season. Seems to be the solo ruck for the team, so that's good. But yeah, he's been pretty consistent, pumping out 130 scores. So what's his 3-round average anyway? I can't even see that, hey, I'm blind. Oh yeah, 130, 3-round average, so not too bad from him. And he's got a pretty favourable fixture, so shout out to the guy in the comments who was talking about Nank to me. I thought I'd go with it as well. Not a bad shout. He was flying under the radar a bit, so I think he's actually out of contract this year as well, so he's got to play well to get more money. So hopefully he can play well, give us some massive scores at the back end of the season. He's got Briggs coming up, and Carlton, Tom De Koning, I think it is, and then who else is it? There's St Kilda and North Melbourne. Oh, North Melbourne's all right. Sherry's pretty good, but pretty good ruck run home for the rest of the year. Last game of the year against Gold Coast. I wonder how he goes up against. His highest score is 66. That's a bit of a concern, to be fair, but I think he'll dominate for the rest of the season. And then Jackson was good, so that's good that we've held him for the whole year, pumping out pretty consistent scores. So with not many forward options, it's not a bad shout. And then Flanders will come back, which will be nice. And Heaney, I don't know how he scored. I mean, he got a 141, which was pretty good. Maybe a bit of upscaling. I think he kicked a couple goals, though. He was pretty good in that game, to be fair. 141 is pretty good. A few big scores this week. And then Zorko went over him. He was just dominating, had about 20 touches before halftime, I think. And then Moore with a 74, which is pretty average. But in this spot, you probably want to have someone like a Jeremy Cameron or a Charlie Curnow, I'd imagine. If you were going to grab someone like that to finish off your forward line, I'll just grab Moore. Well, I've got Moore at the moment just because I know he's got that high ceiling. He can pump out 169s now. So if he gets a bit more mid-time, that'd be ideal. But probably won't with Will Day is tearing it up as well. So he's a bit of a pod if you have him. So and then Fisher, that was a bit of a stitch up. He probably would have lost heaps of points when he took that kick in and he just kicked it to no one, cost him the game basically. And then, he missed the goal as well, which was unfortunate for North fans. Probably not much downscaling in that. More about his kicking, I reckon. But yeah, it's just frustrating. Everyone's wanting Collingwood to lose, so unless you're a Pie supporter, obviously, but bad luck to North Melbourne. That must be devastating to be a North supporter. And then Harrison got 42, sorry, which is pretty mid, so I think he'll probably have to go for me. He's made a bit of cash. Not enough cash, but, you could hold him. I think he's got a place in the side, so over some of these other guys, the job security is probably there, but I'll just put Nank on the bench and start filling out my team properly. So we're missing 2 here in the forward line. We can bring the boys onto the field now. Walsh and Rao. Who else do we want? Jai Clark probably should still get named with Dangerfield coming back. Doesn't look like Guthrie's coming back, which is a bit of a surprise. They they might play another midfielder like Parfitt or something. So I don't know about his job, like if he's going to play this week, but I think he should be able to play if they've been playing him for the majority of the year. But is he the straight swap for Dangerfield? Probably. And then it leaves me, so I've got 195k here in the bank with 8 trades left. So I think the final upgrade, we can just, actually we'll put all our Premos on the field. We've got a few fake Premos though, and like Steele and Tom Green. Well, Steele, hopefully after the bye he comes back and starts going off, but who knows. So this is what the side will be looking like. Anyway, we'll just put Jackson onto the field. Got a full forward line, just need one more midfielder, and everyone knows who that's going to be. Big Zachy Merritt, I believe, will be my final midfielder this week. Everyone's trading him in as well, so clear choice. I think he's at his cheapest price of the year. He might be, might not be. Oh yeah, just under his cheapest. I mean, just above his cheapest. And yeah, so we'll probably just get rid of Harrison here and Fraser. That way we can have more bodies on the field with Revel, like another score there potentially. Could put him in the forward line maybe. That would make sense. And then who else do we need? Merritt. Oh, he's right there. Grab Merritt. And then that leaves us with 162k. So what to do with this is I'm not really sure what to do with this 162k. I could grab like someone. I kind of want to grab that Warner bloke just for cover. But then it's like I can't get him in. That's the only stitch up. I don't really see how I could do that. Bring him in there. Oh, I don't really want Dacos in the midfield though. That's the issue. We might just have to grab some random player, like a maybe just a loophole or something. But I want a bit of cover, ideally. Zach Jones is coming down. That's pretty bad, eh? Not really sure who I'd go here for here. Probably like Sean Manor. He's probably the most likely to come back into the side at some point. Just grab him for the moment, but I'll probably have to wait and see on the team sheets if anyone else is named on or not on Thursday night. But I'll have to look and see if I can actually get in that Warner bloke or not, because he's probably a good cover in defence. Maybe we could just trade out Zach Reed, but I don't know if I want to waste another trade or not. At this point of the year, I think it's better if I just don't waste trades like that. But yeah, I think this is probably what I'll do. And then I'll just have like 45k left over. The team is finished now, so bring in Merritt, which is good. I'm pretty happy with the side here. Got Nank as a massive pod here. So that's pretty good. What's his ownership? What, 1%? 1% of teams. So hopefully he can give me some huge scores. I probably should have just gone with Grundy, because then he'll be playing this week and he's got a nice matchup against Briggs. But I thought, you know what, I'll just risk it for the biscuit. Can't just keep following the pack. So probably should have followed the pack, but you know, I think I'll just take the punt on Nank. If he goes wrong, he goes wrong, and then I can just trade him to Grundy later in the season. But I thought I'd have a bit of a punt on a bit of a pod, so we'll do that one. And then for captains and VC options, I think it's pretty obvious for AC on Merritt against West Coast. I think, well, most of their players will probably... I'm not too sure if Reed's actually back or not. I think he is. Have to wait and see if Reed's back, but I don't think it'll be too big of a deal if he is or not. Should be a safe C option here. So round 12, and what he had like 2 weeks off. What's that? 13, 14 was a bye. Maybe he's going to miss. Yeah, I think he's still missing this week. So Merit should go pretty huge for a C option, and then the VC, who do we put that on? Not really sure. What is Gawn's history? 130. Don't know about that. Sherry's been pretty good, so Zorko. I think maybe we should put the VC on Houston. Just he's in good, really good form. Got that 144 at the G. This is going to be at Adelaide Oval though, so wonder how he goes. Oh, he'll probably go better at Adelaide Oval. McGovern, he plays the same time as Merritt, so no point there. Yeah, Walsh could be a good VC option actually. But I would assume that someone would tag him. He's got like a 158 there. He's at the MCG, so I'm probably not going to do it. But I think he could go quite huge, to be fair. Not sure how the Cats will go this week. Need to win the game, but not sure if we will. But yeah, really relying on Jez if we're going to win that game, probably. But yeah, I think Walsh is a clear VC option, unless you have someone else that you're thinking of, like maybe Kerno or something, a bit of a riskier option. Excusing me. But yeah, I think that's probably the safest bet this week. Otherwise, if you want to have I might have missed someone. Don't know who I've missed. Butters, not too sure. Sarong is later in the week, I believe, on 146. Could just go Merritt into Sarong, actually. That's probably a good one, because then, Merritt's probably got the chance of going a really high ceiling against West Coast, and if he doesn't get it, you just put the C on Sarong. It's probably the way to do it, I think. Heaney, didn't look at him. Yeah, I think this is what I'm leaning towards, VC Merritt into Sarong. But you could go Walsh if you wanted to. And then game day. I've got a bit of a cold for some reason. So we got the win in all the leagues there, so that's good. Poor Brent. Is it Brendan? Yeah, poor Brendan. That's a bit stiff, Brendan, 12th spot. Not the week for him. But who have we got this week? This is got Brady this week, so see how Brady goes. I got a few players at the bye. That doesn't look too good for him. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Should be a good week for us, hopefully. I think we're only missing a couple players. So yeah, we'll put Clark on the field. Sorry, guys. Bloody cough. Hopefully they bring Manor in after the bye just to freshen up the boys. Don't know if they will or not. And then that means we can put Revel on field. So we've got a full line playing this week, which will be good. Just missing, just 2 players, 3 or 4 players if Clark isn't named. But that's not too bad. But that's how I'll line up this week. Might put the VC on Walsh, undecided yet. I'll leave a comment down below if I do that. But I think VC on Merritt into Sarong. Surely Walsh gets a bit of a tag. If we're actually going to win the game, they should definitely tag Walsh or Cripps. So, I think he could get a bit of attention, but he probably won't. Who knows? But yeah, that's the video for today, guys. Just have a quick look at the leagues. So yeah, just on top still. Who's getting close to me? Not too many people. Nah, it'll be interesting in the finals to see how everyone goes. I'll probably run out of trades or something, but pretty good stuff from us. And then in the other league, this one, professionals coming equal second, I guess, with Shorty's SuperCoach. So I think I'm versing him this week. So let's see if we can get the job done on him. So that'll be an interesting matchup. So shout out to Shorty's SuperCoach, fellow Geelong supporter, just an absolute gun YouTuber for SuperCoach. But be interesting to see how we go against each other. I think I've got a pretty good. He's got a few players missing there, so should be able to get the win pretty easy, hopefully. But yeah, not doing too bad in that league as well. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you later.